Hello everyone, and welcome to this update. We've been very lazy. It's been somewhere around 9 months since our last video, I think. But then again, maybe lazy is the wrong word. We were actually very busy in the garden during the summer. I just forgot to film anything. Hello, and welcome to Backyard Chickens UK. Before I jump right in, can I ask that you like and subscribe to our little channel? And when you do, please click on the little bell so you'll get a notification when we post our next one, which is probably going to be sometime next year, the rate I'm going. Now, let me start with a little catch up for you. During this last 9 months, we've changed up a few things, made some repairs and alterations, and had a couple of casualties too. But let me start at the very beginning. We've been having a lot of issues with dirty eggs and broken eggs too. The girls are really clumsy, and as they all prefer to lay in the same nesting box, they're just walking over everything all of the time. So I thought I'd have a go at making a roll-away nesting box. And although, I have to admit, it's a bit Heath Robinson, not exactly the prettiest of DIY joinery in the world, it's kind of working, so woohoo, yay me. I desperately need to reorganise the coop, and so I'll take that opportunity to streamline my design, but for now, it'll have to do. Why don't you do it now, Ian? I hear you ask. And if I may say so, what a terrific question that is. We've such intelligent subscribers. Well, the answer is because it's freezing cold, constantly raining, and there's usually a howling gale up here in County Durham too. That's why. I'm going to wait until it warms up a bit before I spend any time tinkering about outside. Speaking of howling gales, we lost a sheet off the roof of the run this winter. The wind is savage up here. We're pretty unrelenting for most of the time. Steve, my best pal, and I thought we'd done an excellent job replacing that old tarpaulin roof last January. But the gales, well, they had some other ideas. Luckily, I got out there and removed the shattered corrugated sheet before it took any more with it. And Steve drove up from Ripon a week or two later, and we set to, making some pretty efficient anti-wind defences. Of which, defence is a major part. See what I did there? We thought that the wind was getting under this leading edge here, so we put this board along the entire side. We also reinforced the fixings with a few extra screws, and while we were at it, we blocked up this end to stop the girls getting down there. Because once they do, it's murder trying to get them out again. The whole thing is like a fish trap. Then we decided to really make a difference. We'd erect a 6-foot fence right along here. It's really helped to control the level of prevailing wind. I'm sure that we're not going to be having any more problems now. At the height of the gales, one of our chickens laid the same egg 3 times. That's just a really bad joke. I said earlier we'd had some casualties, and we've actually lost 2 of our girls during this last 9 months. The first was the last of our remaining ex-bats from the first lot of rescue girls 2 years ago. We called her Tabitha. You might have seen her in other videos, if you watched them, of course. It was a very sad day when she went, and so suddenly. It was a real shock. Tabitha had recovered really well from her battery farm life. It was an absolute picture of health and happiness, with a luxurious plumage, bright comb and eyes, always the first to come running out of the coop. This particular day she followed me down the garden as she usually did. I went into the shed for something, I literally turned around, and there she was, flat on her side and completely dead. Such a shock, bless her. The second casualty was our sweet little Polly. Now, you might remember me talking about her in previous videos. She'd had a really rough time for the first, 6 or so months with us. She was smaller than the rest, and being the runt, as it were, the other girls kept her well in her place, and we were always aware of her pickle, as it were. However, once we added 4 new hens to the flock, she was immediately promoted in the ranks, and her whole demeanour changed almost overnight. She spent around 6 or 7 months with us in this elevated position, put on some weight and grew all her feathers back, and was sure she became a happy, self-assured little chicken. Sadly, and in the space of only 2 days, her health took a nosedive, and on the 3rd morning I found her still little body in the coop, quite dead. She gave us such joy, that little girl. She was so inquisitive and pushy in her own way. She actually inspired me to think about writing a short story about her. I would have called it "And Along Came Polly." She was always there, in your way, whatever you were doing, sticking her little beak into everything she could. Bless you, little one. And at least you spent a whole year with us in health and happiness before you left this world. And you really were loved. Please give this video a thumbs up. And do subscribe if you'd like to, so we can keep you informed of any future updates. Until next time, from here in County Durham, goodbye and God bless.